Today is February 18th,
Right.
2016. My name is Joe Todd. This is an interview with Wayne Holden in Bartlesville, Oklahoma. Sir, where were you born?
Near Sand Springs, Oklahoma.
And when's your birthday?
April 13th, 29.
1929. Who was your father?
Mary and Henry Holden, or Jack Holden.
Henry Holden. And your mother?
Clara May
What was her maiden name?
Booker.
Booker. Did you go through school in Sand Springs?
No. When we moved there, I was just a few weeks old. I was. We moved there to Beggs, Oklahoma, and I stayed there till I finished Mayflower School there through eighth grade. 1 year at Beggs, freshman year at Beggs, and we moved to 2 miles west of Dewey. Finished the last 3 years there.
So did you go through high school in Dewey?
Right.
What year did you graduate?
48.
48. Now, why did the family move to Beggs?
Dad got a better job. One of the 2 jobs he ever had in his life, I guess.
What kind of work did he do, your father?
Pumper, tool dresser, driller,
Okay.
oil field.
In the field, did he work in the rotary rigs or the old standard rigs?
Old standard.
Old standard rigs. Yep. So tool dresser, he sharpened the bit on those things. didn't he?
Right.
Yeah. You ever go out in the oil fields with him?
Yes, quite often.
Yeah. What'd you do out there?
Sail, having pull wells and fix rod lines and oil leaks and what have you.
Were those the shackle rod oil wells?
Yeah.
Now, how many wells can you have in one powerhouse?
Gosh, I don't know. He had about 12, 15 in the main powerhouse.
And how far those shackle rods go to the pump jack?
Quarter of a mile or so.
Quarter of a mile. I used to play in those shackle rods.
You know what they are.
Yeah, oh yeah. Now the Mayflower School at Beggs, was it a rural school?
Mayflower was a little rural school out there in the country, and then Beggs was a pretty good site. Little town about like Dewey.
Who was your favorite teacher?
You know, I don't know. After we moved up here, Chief Tyner, I guess, be my favorite teacher.
Tyner?
Uh-huh.
Is that at Dewey?
Right.
Yeah, okay. Do you remember when the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor?
Yes.
Where were you when that happened?
In the 8th grade, sitting in the, looked out the window.
When you heard about the attack, what'd you think?
I didn't know what to think. Always in for trouble.
After the war started, did you help with the scrap metal drives?
Yes.
What type of scrap metal would you collect?
Tar, steel, aluminum. That's about it.
Now, where'd you take everything that you collected?
To Tulsa, to the junkyard up there.
Okay. Now, did you take it to Tulsa?
I mean, my dad did.
Okay.
Brother.
You have a truck? What kind of truck did you have?
Oh, International C35. Wasn't old. He bought a new C35 to C40. I made 2.5 ton trucks.
Yes. Now, where'd you take this in Tulsa?
I don't have no idea.
Was that on North Peoria?
I think so.
Because that was that bore compressed steel there for years and years.
I think so.
Yeah, okay. So in school, did you study the war?
Not much.
Okay. What'd you do in VJ Day when the war ended?
Went to Dewey and rode on the Leonard Tate to a semi that day through town.
Okay.
A bunch of us gathered up and got on the old semi and rode through town.
In Dewey?
No, in Bartlesville.
Oh, Bartlesville. So was there a big celebration in Bartlesville?
Yeah, it's pretty good size.
So what'd you do after you graduated from high school, 48?
I worked, well, my sophomore year I went to work for Booth Adams up there on his ranch. Summer and after school, we had 75 to 200 head of cattle, mama cows, so I helped take care of. And then I got out of school and continued to work for him for 1 year, and then went to Stillwater for 1 year. And came back, went in service.
What'd you do at Stillwater?
Took just school.
Was that A&M?
Yes.
Okay. What'd you study at A&M?
Basic animal husbandry, I guess you'd say.
Okay. Now, did you enlist or were you drafted?
Drafted.
When were you drafted?
January of, I believe 41 or 51.
Yeah. Yeah, you entered service January 24th, 1951 in Tulsa. Where'd you go for your basic training?
Camp Gordon, Georgia.
How'd you travel to Camp Gordon?
A train.
How long did that trip take?
I spent most of one day.
So tell me about basic training.
We got there and they shut us up in the one barracks, and we stayed there for 2 or 3 days, got it all cleaned up and moved us to the second barracks. We cleaned it up and lived there till we finished basics. Restricted to our area for biggest part of 9 months. I don't know how long basic was till basic was about over. We got out about 2 weeks before basic to roam in Atlanta. About it.
What type of training did you have in basic?
Shooting weapons, medics, MP training. About it.
Okay. So from Camp Gordon, where'd you go?
Came back home, got married, and I was here right on the camp, Fort Leonard, no, Camp Pendleton, California, and went there right on overseas Korea. So we got on the ship, had about 5,000 people on the ship. We went down to San Diego and picked up another 1,000. We stayed on that ship for 7 days.
You recall the name of the ship?
Mayflower.
Mayflower.
I believe that was it.
Was it a merchant marine ship or a navy ship?
Merchant Marine.
Okay. Tell me about the trip to Korea.
It was long. Got out there about 3 days. Already got sick. Reported a sick call. And they said we never lost a person yet through sick call, and going to send us back to our barracks.
How'd you pass the time on the trip?
I don't remember. Just visiting. I'm sure I was coming back on the ship. I met Jimmy. Played the guitar, fiddle on TV. A lot of who was that I met on the ship? Jimmy Dickens? No.
Who?
Jimmy, what was that musical man I met
I thought it was little Jimmy Dickens is what you told me. Wayne and I have been married only 33 years.
today?
Today is our
Yeah.
wedding
Yeah.
anniversary.
Little
I
Jimmy-
believe it was
Little Jimmy Dickens.
Yeah.
Did you meet him on the boat, on the
Yeah.
ship?
He was
Yeah.
on the troop ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said he's gonna go back and go Night's gonna play on the Grand Ole Opry, and I
Yeah.
said, yeah, I bet you.
Well, they'd
Yeah.
been over there entertaining you all, hadn't they?
Yeah.
No, he had been in service. He had served.
Oh, he was one.
Of course, I'd never heard of it before.
Where were your quarters?
Can I get you anything
No,
to
no.
drink or anything? Okay, I'm going out and get the trash cans are blowing in here.
Where were your quarters on the ship? Where'd you sleep?
And just well, down below, they just had a big old room there, and we had a little 30-inch by 10-inch place we lay down and slept, and our duffel bag was full of the bed, and that was it.
What were you told to do in case the ship was sinking?
It was told,
You had the life jacket?
few,
Was there enough lifeboats for everyone?
no,
What were you going to do if the ship was sinking?
we never thought about that.
So where'd the ship land?
Well, we pulled in there pretty close to Pearl Harbor, sat there a day or two, then went on to Korea, and we got over there, the little LST boats came up beside the ship, and they let the ropes down, we climbed down them, and got the LSTs, and we went up to 3 or 4 foot of water, and they let us out, and we waded ashore, and we all got ashore. Had one clip of ammunition, we didn't know what was going on. And we all gathered around, pretty soon they broke us out, and I guess they rank, and they brought us a troop train up there. It was an old cattle narrow car. I say cattle car. The little beds was about that wide and about that high. We got on them, and there was, I think, 6 high there. We rode them for 2 days back in. Was on about almost 2 days back to Tucson, up in that area. There was nothing going on where we landed. We didn't know that though.
Do you recall the day you arrived in Korea?
Oh, I don't.
So what unit were you assigned to?
2nd MP Division, 2nd Division.
So you and the MPs?
MP's medics.
Okay. What'd you do in Korea?
Well, put a lot of, I want to say, the, I can't even think now. We,
Tell him how you landed here,
I
honey.
did.
You told me all this in the past.
What was that I done, full service, defiled, stuff like that?
What?
What type of work to do over there?
Honey, you were with the MPs and then they put you in the medic part. I think you were transferred, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And when he landed, he said that they took him in on the ship and then these little boats, I can't remember the name of what he called them, came in
LST.
and they dumped them out when about 3.5, 4 foot of water, and they waded ashore on that. But in the last, he's had
All with worked defiled, would work them, we patrolled areas.
Mm-hmm.
Motor pool. Wound up the motor pool right there at the last.
Now, had Korea pretty well been settled down when you got
No,
there?
it was I had 5 battle stars.
Oh, tell me about those, the battle stars. What'd you do?
Well, I just regular work for myself. In MPs, first time I was called out, it was on a tank that was down, that had been blown up. They'd already removed the bodies from it, but you got that bad feeling there. There was a little narrow bridge there that all the can't even think now. All the traffic went over, and this one truck decided he'd go down around it. He was scared of it. He was the first lead, and he got blew up when he went down the side of the bridge there, the tank there. And from there on, it was just routine duty, just what have you.
Now, who is this guy you were standing next to that was shot?
Waldack, Sergeant Waldack.
Waldack, what happened?
Well, he had been put on rotation home, I think 5 times, and this is his last. And wrote his wife said, "Don't worry about it. I'm on my way home for sure this time." And we were short-handed that night, and so he came up and got in the Jeep with me on the defile. We was headed in with he had about another half an hour, 45 minutes to make it till shift change. We was headed in, we seen this plane coming with, looked like telephone poles of fire coming out of the front of it. And one of them caught him right here above the eye, right there, and only person I ever wanted to kill in my life. But he was suffered so, and nothing we could do with him. And he died in about 20 minutes, I guess. Of course, I knew him pretty well, not too well though. That you're right there and see it happen. It's a lot different just reading about it, knowing it.
Where did that happen in Korea? Do you recall?
North of Seoul, I don't remember.
North of Seoul.
Near the 38.
Were you at the 38th parallel?
Yes, all the time.
Okay, did you get up into North Korea?
A little bit, yeah.
What'd you do in North Korea?
Same as I done in South Korea. Just kind of full patrol.
Have any contact with the local people over there?
Few.
What was their attitude?
They was glad to see us, especially with cigarettes. They loved them cigarettes.
Yeah.
Brother sent me some cigarette loads. I put in one cigarette, gave it to him, and I was all about here, the stove over there from 12, 15 foot, I guess, 10 foot. And it went off. I took the 45 out, I laid it down there, and I had it in my hand. He knew I'd shot it out of his mouth. And I'll tell you what, he had a lot of respect for me after that.
What is your best memory of Korea?
Well, it was a poor place to be, I'll say that.
What's your worst memory of Korea?
Seeing the little children along the train tracks there, we had sea races going up, you know, you don't eat every bit of them out of there. And they had the gang along the side tracks, want that food, them cans, empty cans, they'd fight over them. There's a bunch of pictures and stuff.
Did you have a camera over there?
Yeah.
You said you had 5 battle stars.
Right.
What do you recall about those battles you were in?
It was dang cold over there most of the time.
How cold did it get?
They said it got 50 below. I seen it 35 below, but they said it got 50 below.
How'd you stay warm?
I don't know. I'll be honest with
How long were you in Korea?
you. 9 months.
9 months. So 5 battle stars. Were you at the initial invasion at Incheon? Were you there?
No.
Okay.
Smoke Rage, Bloody Ridge, Heartbreak, 1072, and then we just started this battle when I got transferred home. I don't know what they ever call that.
Now, as an MP, what was your duty as an MP in Korea?
On there's a lot of one-way traffic going up there and coming back. On defile on them, not making sure the people abide by them.
Any USO shows come over there?
Yes. What was his name? Her Barbara Hudson. The only one I got to see.
Should we have been in Korea?
No.
Why?
A lot of lies and crippled people came back that all uncalled for.
So tell me about the trip home.
Well, me and Francino, with some sirens short, we went back here, got a couple, I don't know, 3 or 4 fifths of whiskey for our company commander, and we kept one of them, and we decided we'd take him. We went back to rear, and all we was in was our shores, undershores, and our 5th whiskey, and they told us to take it up on the desk and lay it up there. Me and old Francino, we squatted down, we drank much of it good. And the company commander seen us doing it, and boy, he called us up there and he said, I didn't think I ever would see this thing. And we was there 4 or 5 days, and loaded the ship and started home. It was a long trip home. It was 7 days home. Got to California, the best meal I ever ate in my life was steak and mashed potatoes and gravy and corn, I think it was.
Where did the ship land?
San Francisco.
San Francisco? Yeah. What did you think going under the Golden Gate Bridge?
Quite a sight, especially coming back. There was on top of it, was under it twice. And we got on the ship and started, I guess by trucks we shipped back to camp, and then a couple of days later they got us on a train that started us to Kansas City. Got to Kansas City, we was there 2 or 3 hours, and they shipped us to Fort Leonard Wood. Yeah, Fort Leonard Wood, and got our papers to go to Camp Crowder. I was down there 30 days and found out I was AWOL. That was where I was supposed to be. And then they sent me to Fort Leonard Wood, and I spent about 2 or 3 months till middle of October I was there.
What did you do at Fort Leonard Wood?
Mechanic on trucks and stuff, maintenance on them.
So were you a truck driver then?
No, there was a truck driver.
You're just a mechanic.
Just a mechanic.
What trucks did you work on?
Jeeps, 3/4 ton, Dodges, 2.5 ton, 5 ton. We had a couple, I believe they was larger than that.
Now, when did you get your discharge?
October of '52.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that's right.
Yeah, October 23rd, 1952.
Right.
What'd you do after you got your discharge?
I came back home and tried to buy a wife. Like I said, I got married on basic going to Korea, and we got she had a place rented, and then we bought a place in Dewey and lived there 30 days. An old boy 2 miles north of Dewey wanted me to go up there and take care of about 100 head of cattle for him, and his daughter told him okay, so we moved up there and stayed up there about 2 years, and found this place out there at Oglesby and bought that. Tried to get a loan, they found everything in the world and the place couldn't loan it, so the banker there at Dewey, his wife had some money, so she loaned us money on it. We bought that. And then I seen Mr. Adams, he wanted me to come back and go. He just bought 4 acre and take over 4 acre. I told him I didn't want to, and he said, I want to know why, and I told him, and he said, well, he said, I understand that. Where, got a place you'd like to go to work? And I said, yeah, I was researching. I don't like to get ready to hire a man out there, and he said, you'll stay around the phone tomorrow. And so I did, and they called me about 11 o'clock, said, your time starts 8 o'clock this morning. So I worked there for 34 and a half years. That's the only 2 jobs I ever had.
Yeah. And when did you come to Bartlesville?
Well, say, I guess you'd say 57. Well, no, we just moved to Bartlesville about 2 months ago.
Would you join the Army again?
Unless they needed me real bad.
Today, when you hear the name Harry Truman, what do you think of?
I don't.
Dwight Eisenhower.
He was a great general.
Douglas MacArthur.
Great man.
Basic training.
I think every young man, maybe every woman ought to go through basic training.
Korea.
It's a place to be at and stay away from.
How do you want to be remembered?
Just honest old boy working for a living.
Anything else you want to talk about?
Well, I came right before I went in service. I worked for Boots up there. We moved about 75 to 100 head of cattle from a mile south and 2 miles west of Dewey all the way to a mile west and 2 miles north of Lenapaw. Right, drove a horseback in the spring, and that fall we brought them home. But before that, we had cattle down there at the Gap Road. Had about 75 mama cows down there on the George Hughes we got the place now. Moved them up there, and then that next year we moved them to Lenapaw. Then brought them home that fall, and the next spring we moved them all the way to Doty's Dump. Road 2775. Of course, that was just old gravel road then. And then by moving them that fall back, and next year, done the same thing. Moving them from Lenapaw, or about 5 of us moved them from Lenapaw, and then 3 of us moved them from Hughes up to the ranch up there, the first move, and the rest of them, 5, 7 people moved them all the way to Lenapaw.
Now, how'd you move the cattle?
Drove them,
Drove them?
all except little calves, we loaded them in the truck and hauled them down there.
Anything about Korea you want to talk about?
Glad to be a little away from it.
Yeah. What do you remember about Bloody Ridge?
It was just another battle zone.
What do you do when you go into combat as an MP?
We would work V-files mostly.
D-files, what's that?
They've got these little narrow roads going up there, and they'll put a man up there, and back here we'll have radios that will contact and let the traffic flow one way at a time.
Okay.
We've done mostly.
Have trouble with snipers over there?
No, not too much.
Okay. Have any contact with enemy soldiers that had surrendered or been captured?
Yeah, one night I was called up to MP camp. The New York boy driving a Jeep came in, and he somehow lost control of it and drove down through the fence. And I was about 2 o'clock in the morning, I was rushed up there. They was real nice people. And GIs was the Koreans. And they was one end of it, and I took a Jeep and knocked the rear drive shaft off of it, generator on it, and had made a generator there. And they was just, like me, the only thing, the time I ever had trouble with them was we'd spray them, I presume was 2,4-D or something. No, not that. It was insecticide of some kind. They had a lot of ticks and fleas on them. They go around and get in line the second time for be sprayed again.
These were prisoners?
Yes.
Yeah. Had they been captured or did they surrender?
Captured, I
Yeah. Were they Chinese or North Korean?
don't know. North Korean.
North Korean. Have any contact with the Chinese soldiers?
Never did.
Yeah. Okay. What about Heartbreak Ridge? What happened there?
About the same thing. I was mostly medics there.
Medics.
Medics,
You work with the medics?
yes.
Were you transferred to the medics?
Some.
Now, what is 1072?
That was just name of another, like Bloody Ridge and Heartbreak. Just name of a battle.
Yeah. Anything else?
Nothing to think of.
Well, sir, this is a very good interview.
I hope so.
I want to thank you for your service and thank you for the interview. And again, this is February 18th, 2016. My name is Joe Todd. This has been an interview with Wayne Holden in Bartlesville, Oklahoma. Thank you. It says you're on a 9-mile hike.
That's basic, I think.
What do you carry on a 9-mile hike?
Your bare necessities, what you're going to use for a week.